With so many multiplayer games to choose from nowadays, it is quite difficult to pick the one that suits you best. The downside is that many of the multiplayer games that are currently on the market have a lot in common, share the same patterns, and you get bored really quickly. The old tricks the developers used in the past to keep you engaged don't work anymore, and you need something which goes beyond the usual patterns. So if you feel the same, I jump in with some good news for you today, and we will take a look at one of the most promising releases of this year, which is Hood, Outlaws and Legends. We will talk about some of the greatest features that this game has to offer, classes, maps, AI system and more. But before we start, if you enjoyed this video at any point, make sure to subscribe and leave a thumbs up. It would be super appreciated. And also tell me your opinion and thoughts in the comment section. I would be interested in finding out what you think about this game. So Hood, Outlaws and Legends is a multiplayer action video game played from a third-person perspective, a PvPvE game where you assume control of an outlaw who must infiltrate the castle, competing against a rival team and the deadly AI guards in a medieval environment to steal the treasure hidden in the keep's vault, with the ultimate goal of bringing it to the extraction point. You will fight both the opposing team and the authoritarian power called the state, and you will face many challenges along the way. What I find to be very promising is the fact that there are a lot of randomized elements to keep each game fresh and unique, like the different patrol paths of the sheriff, which we will discuss about in just a bit, and also the spawn location of the treasure vault, with 5 possible locations, multiple extraction points, and on top of all the randomized AI patrols and a dynamic escalation system which will react based on the player position. So in spite of the structured nature of the game, I think we will have a lot of fun thanks to all of those randomized elements. There are 4 classes to choose from, each one with its own abilities and story, but with one thing in common: the emphasis on stealth. The 4 classes in question are the Ranger, the Hunter, the Mystic and the Brawler. Now we do know that with the initial release we will have those 4 classes, but the developers already stated that there will be more to come in the near future. The Ranger, as you may already anticipated, is good for long-ranged combat. Equipped with a longbow, he's perfect for sniping and infiltration. Most interesting, he can use the arrows as a melee weapon, which is perfect for close combat, and on top of all he also has flashbangs, explosive arrows and the ability to tag enemies for long periods of time. This mysterious hooded figure is definitely one of my favorites. Moving to the next one, we have the Hunter, a formerly heir of an influential nobleman, equipped with a weapon that serves as both a crossbow and an arm blade, very similar with the hidden blade in Assassin's Creed. She has invisibility, smoke grenades, fast crossbow fire rate and the ability to silently assassinate enemies up close. The Mystic is kind of a support character because he can heal teammates, but he is also a formidable attacker thanks to his life leech abilities. Once a tool of the state, he was disillusioned by the cruel rule of the government he once served and decided to become a real Robin Hood. He has the ability to quickly regenerate stamina, he can use poison bombs, spot hidden enemies, and as I was mentioning before, he can heal his allies. So if you are into vampiric stuff and like to approach the support role, I would definitely recommend you play this class. Last but not least, the Brawler is the tank character of the game, a former blacksmith with a tragic past and now a hulking warrior. He is good in close combat and thanks to his sledgehammer he can deal deadly blows, being able to enhance both his defensive and offensive capabilities. On top of all, he can move at a quick pace while carrying heavy objects like the treasure, for instance. So the core idea of this game is to coordinate with your teammates, stay silent but deadly, and win as many games as possible so you can level up, unlock and purchase new items and gear. Even though there are only 4 classes so far, we do know that the developers have plans for creating new characters, abilities and game modes, as well as post-launch seasonal content, which hopefully will not disappoint. Each game will start in one of the 5 maps available, each one with a varied design and high density of routes through the environments. So guys, expect to find hidden tunnels, ladders and ropes for scaling the walls as alternative to taking the main paths, and much more. This so far sounds really amazing. So with all those things in mind, let's talk a little bit about the structure of the heist itself. A match of Hood is made up of 3 stages. The first stage consists of a pickpocketing exercise, which is not going to be easy because you will have to steal the key to the vault that is on the belt of the Sheriff of Nottingham and sneak out. You also have to be careful not to alert the guards along the way. The second stage consists of finding the treasure vault. You don't get the actual location, you just get a clue. Now from the enemy team perspective, they will be alerted to the fact that you have the key, but they won't be provided with the clue. Hopefully for them, your team will make a mistake and alert the guards, so they will have an idea about which part of the map you are heading for. When the guards are alerted, the entire area enters in complete lockdown and you will have to find your way through the secret tunnels or find another way out. By this time, both the sheriff and the enemy team will be looking for you. This is basically the point where the teams have the opportunity to fight for control. Just to pinpoint how important stealth is for this game, if you are the person that trips the alarm, your super ability will be blocked for a period of time. The third stage, or the explosive final, is where the AI's escalation system makes the game so interesting and unpredictable. If the AI gets one look at the treasure chest and sounds the alarm, the entire map goes into lockdown. This is the point where all the hell breaks loose. They will send knights to the extraction points. The sheriff will know that his loot has been stolen and will start marching towards you. From the struggling enemy team perspective, this is the perfect opportunity to flip the tables in the final moments. While the thieves fight with the guards, they can grab the treasure and extract it themselves. It is just one of the multitude of tactics that the players must learn to adapt to. This multitude of possibilities combined with the unpredictability of an opposing team means that each match of Hood has the potential to play out very differently. So we will be some sort of Robin Hood who steals from the rich and gives to the poor. And after each successful heist, you'll visit the scales of justice, where you will have to decide how much of your stolen riches you want to redistribute amongst the poor and how much you want to keep for yourself. Here is where you have to make the right balance, because you will unlock new items and gear if you are generous with the poor. But you also need to have the money to buy that gear and the items you just unlocked. Now let's take a look at the price and the special edition. The game looks amazing, has some really cool features and is launching for only $30, which is a pretty decent price. The special edition is $50 and includes the base game itself, 4 exclusive outfits and weapon skins, battle passes for the game's first 3 seasons and 3 days of early access. I must say I am barely waiting to play this. I think this game has a concept that suits my needs very well, because I usually get bored pretty easy, especially if the game has the same structure and the basic AI. I also like the fact that there is no story and that I can enjoy the gameplay. Now that we are at the end of the video, if you have resisted up until this point, I want to say thank you for your attention, and if you want to join me in the upcoming adventures, make sure to subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you can get informed every time I post a new video. We will have live streams, gameplay videos, tips and tricks, and all of the things you'll need to know. Thank you.